Ah, man. Hey, this is Brian. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com. So the other day, we did one of the most complicated things you can do to this. We did a crank hub install, which went great. But today, for whatever reason, I can't open my hood. So it's like one of the hardest things to one of the silliest things. So I'm not really sure what it is. It's very possible that I moved a cable or something came off. So today we're just gonna do some troubleshooting to show you if this happens to you, what to look for. Like I said, I don't know exactly what the problem is yet. The driver's side is unlatching, but the passenger side is not. So I think the cable may have fallen off or something, but anyway, let's get started. Let's grab an 8mm. We're gonna remove the fender liner and see if we can take a look and see what it is. Now, if you ever have an incident where your hood doesn't want to open and you need to inspect the latch, basically what you need to do is you need to go in through the wheel well. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to take that plastic liner out. It's basically held in with a bunch of 8mm. I think there's a T25 or so. So to do that, you don't really need to jack the car up, but just to get a little bit more space, I'm just gonna lift it slightly with this ESCO jack here. If you don't have a good floor jack, this is what we use in the shop, and it takes a lot of use, and it is amazing. All right, so we're gonna line this up with the jack pad, and then it has this little step on it. You step on it, and it helps lift it a little bit. You make sure everything's still good. You can actually continue to lift the car with your foot if you like, but it has this huge handle, which makes it super nice and super convenient. Now, while we were jacking this up, we thought for video purposes, it's gonna make a lot more sense if we pull the wheel out, just because we can get a lot more light in there. It's gonna be a lot easier for you to see. You normally don't have to pull the wheel off to get the liner out, but it's just gonna be a lot easier so that you guys can kind of follow along with what we're doing. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna lift the car up a little bit more, and then just for safety, we're gonna slide this ESCO jack stand underneath the car. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're going to remove all of the 8mm that hold this fender liner in. There are two at the top, there's one over here, and a couple along the perimeter, so let's remove those. Once you've done that, just navigate this out, just like that. So if you look up here above the spring, you will see that there is a little ball. The ball is connected to a cable, and as you can see, the ball is sticking, we'll say about 1/4 of an inch past where it should be. It should be a little bit more left, which means when we're pulling the cable, nothing's happening. So the first thing that I want to try is to see if I can just pry left on that piece of plastic or metal, whatever it is. I think it's plastic. To see if I can get the hood to release like that. If not, we're gonna have to figure out how to pull on the cable itself, which make it a little bit tricky because there's a lot of stuff in the way. But we'll get it, so let's start there and see how we make out. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna try, see if I can get my driver up here. Aha! We got it. So that actually worked really well. So let's see if we can get the other side unlatched. We might have to come back here because it does use a double latch. And let's pop the hood and see what went wrong. Aha! All right, so we got it most of the way. The double latch is done on the other side. We just need to try to do it again on this side. Aha! Actually wasn't that bad. Success! So when we look in here, we can see that our little cable wasn't connected to anything. And this is too funny because this actually happened to Connor at Elevated Media. So check out his video on how to do this too. So basically what we need to do, it looks like this is broken. So I'm not sure how or what. We did find some other things about the car that we didn't know when we bought it, so we'll make a video on that one of these days too. But it looks like this just needs to get clipped back in. So once again, what we did is we got this piece right here and we moved it over, we moved it towards the back of the car, and that's what enabled us to actually undo the latch both times. So let's put the latch back so we can hopefully open the hood again. And then what we're gonna do is we'll order a replacement and we'll make a future video on how to replace this entire cable. But in the meantime, it looks like we are going to be able to salvage this, even if it's just a short-term fix, until we can get a new one. So let me show you how to clip this back in. And if you have this problem, you can now open your hood. So basically the piece that holds the wire, you need to clip that in securely and it slides in like this. But the problem is it's broken, so it's just kind of floating around. So what I'm gonna try to do is get the zip tie and go through here, up through here and down, and just get it so it pulls it over. So even though it's not a perfect fix, it should hold enough pressure to where I can use my hood, or the hood latch. Okay, so I'm applying some pressure. You don't want to go too much, you don't want to crack it more, but it looks pretty sturdy. All right, so I'm just gonna cut the rest of my zip tie off here. And let's close the hood and see if it works. All right. So even though it's not perfect, it looks like our zip tie is gonna hold it for the time being. So if you have a problem where your hood latch isn't releasing, this should work the exact same for either side. Just try to look for that spring, and then above it there's a little piece of, I think it's black metal, and you just take a screwdriver and just pull it back, and then remember you have to pull it back again because it does latch twice. And like I said, it's just a temporary fix. I'm gonna order one from BMW and hopefully we have it by tomorrow. And then once we get the new hood latch, we'll make a new video on how to replace it. Once again, my name is Brian. Thanks for watching Kies Motorsports. If you like our videos, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at KiesMotorsports.com for all of your BMW retrofit, performance, and aesthetic needs. And stay tuned, because I bet there's a video coming on how to fix this for good. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.